So yeah, I started in journalism in 1994 as a rookie reporter in the Star, and from there I slowly worked my ranks up. Yeah, so to say.
And of course, you've been doing lifestyle for quite a bit as well.
Yeah, but initially when I was hired by the Star, it was for their education desk. But every rookie reporter had to be stationed at the news desk for like 3 to 6 months for basic training. And there you cover everything from like press presentation to PJ Half Marathon to accident sites. But during that time, I started contributing feature stories to the feature desk. And I think the editor then noticed my flair for writing features. And when I completed my stint as a rookie reporter in the news desk, they offered me a full-time job at the features desk, and I grabbed that. So and that's when I started, yeah.
So we're talking of you doing this for over...
Since 94? Yeah. So
over 2 decades.
Correct.
25 years actually.
I know. And nowadays when I meet new writers and they ask me like, when do you join the Star? And I said 1994, and then someone said that was the year I was born.
But because of that, you've been doing this for a while, you know what works, what doesn't, right?
For the features and lifestyle section, yes, I would say.
Has things evolved over time, or things more or less stayed the same in terms of what people want to get out of a features desk?
Well, a big difference, I guess, would be the social media component. And when I started last time, 94, like internet was just at its very infant stage. So yeah, the big difference would be then, I think, the social media component.
Okay, then you took your leave from the Star, and then there was a time when you were not doing anything.
Yeah, so after 9 years in the Star, I joined 94. After 9 years, I went to magazines, and that was for 9 years as well. I went back to the Star for 9 more years, and then I left. I tried freelancing for about 6 to 7 months, and Focus Malaysia needed a lifestyle editor, and that's when I came in.
So let's talk about the pullout of Focus Malaysia. Seems like every newspaper needs to have a pullout these days. Focus Malaysia didn't have a pullout until you arrived, and the pullout is now Pursuits. It's called Pursuits.
Well, they did actually have lifestyle sections before. It's just it was under a different name. But so, and then at one point they scraped it all together. So when they hired me at that time, they did not have a freelance lifestyle pullout. So Pursuit was created from scratch. I joined in August last year, and Pursuit was launched in November. So essentially I was given like 3 months to create something out of thin air. It was challenging for us, but yeah, I think we managed to do an okay job.
Because of you starting a Pursuit is considered your baby, right?
Correct.
And we're entering the 11th edition. And how is it like financially? Are you guys stable? Did you guys make money, or are you still bleeding cash?
Well, to be honest, because Pursuit is an entirely new title, in the beginning it was a bit of a struggle to get advertising. As you know, like advertising has been hit quite hard where print media is concerned. So I'm happy to report that we are reaching the 12th issue next month. So within 6 months, we managed to break even. So I wouldn't say we are like extremely profitable for now, but we are breaking even, which is a good sign. And hopefully, in months more to come, we'll be able to get more advertisers to come on board.
When you say advertisers are hard to come by, is it because more of people are interested in advertising outright with newspapers? Or is there a problem with Pursuits / Focus Malaysia? What would be some of the hindrances of them coming on?
Well, I can only speak personally for Pursuit, because Pursuit, as I said, was a new title created out of thin air. So it was a Malaysian title. It was not an international title like, say, Harper's Bazaar, which people already know. Pursuit was entirely new creation. So when I had to go out and meet people, advertisers, I had to like convince them to come on board on this new product, which was unproven. So most of the times it was based on how I developed my presentation or my working relationship with these people that they came on board to support me. So that was quite a big hurdle in that sense. What was that?
But it's pretty normal, right, for brands to bet on new titles as long as the price is low.
I wouldn't say. Sometimes even if you offer them free ads, they would say no, especially if you're dealing with international brands. Because for them,
Wow, even free ads.
yeah, they would have to check with like their headquarters. Like the French brands, for instance, the high-end ones, they would say no to free ads even if it's complimentary. They would have to get the AOK from their headquarters. And again, most of the time, because it's a new title, they would take a wait-and-see approach. So sometimes they wouldn't commit to an ad for like 6 issues because they want to see whether your magazine is stable or not.
Okay. What about local brands?
Local brands is slightly easier to liaise with.
Okay, so that means your marketing strategy now has to deal with. Okay, let me just take that back. You're an editor. Now you have to do marketing as well.
Yeah.
Where does the role, I guess, is that China one between?
Nowadays, I think where every company is concerned, it's one leg kick all. So even now, a magazine editor is no longer just about editing or writing. You have to be more or less the face of that product, and you have to go out and meet the potential advertisers as well. You have to attend events, you have to coordinate shoots, you have to take care of the social media element. Again, this is a big difference from like when I started 20 years ago. So yeah, it's not just an editor anymore, it's everything wrapped in one, especially if you're the creator of that product.
Do you consider yourself a journalist?
Yeah, I love writing, first and foremost. I got into this industry because, you know, I love writing long-winded nonsense, and I think translated well into feature writing. So yeah, I still consider myself a journalist. I'm a curious cat by nature. Like, I get excited and interested every time I go to a new place or meet new people.
So it's 2019. Your competitors are no longer fellow journalists who do lifestyle stuff. It's also, you know, influencers,
correct.
Instagrammers, KOLs. It's lopsided, right? They have their own way of doing things. You have your own way of doing things, and brands have to appeal to the necessary audience that they have. How do you see all this ecosystem? You know, if there's a chessboard, it's not one against the other. You're gonna have multiple chess players right now on the same board.
So that's why, in a way as well, it's affected the advertising dollars, because now it's a much bigger pie. Gone are days like maybe 20 years ago when you have like the mainstream newspapers, the mainstream TV stations. Now you also have the KOLs, and you have brands who only believe, say, primarily in KOLs. So their bulk of the advertising go towards the KOLs. Like, in fact, you get social influencers now invited to front row seats at New York Fashion Week, whereas in the past that has never happened. So more and more companies you can see companies splitting their advertising budget. KOLs one side, mainstream media one side. Sometimes 80-20, sometimes 50-50, but it depends very much on the company policy. So yeah, that's also one of the hurdles as well for print media.
Do you blame the brands doing so?
No, I understand, because it's a completely international trend. Like, all the big companies are doing it. So I think no one wants to be left behind. But whether or not the returns are there remains to be seen.
Okay, let's talk about returns. Do you promise returns to your advertisers when they partner with you?
The ROIs in that sense. Well, what we promise them are, of course, in terms of exposure, creating awareness. And so now, instead of just print, we also help to promote the stories or the brands on our social media. And also, nowadays, instead of just straightforward interviews, we also have video shoots to go with it. So for instance, like our cover shoots, we always have a behind-the-scenes video to promote the artist or the product that's been featured. So that's the extra incentives that you offer to clients nowadays in order to entice them to stay with you.
Okay. And does that translate to sales? Can they see sales spiking or whatever? Is that the primary concern for brands when they partner with you, like sales?
Yeah, correct. So off and on, we do check back with them, like see what the feedback is, and whether it's positive or negative, and then we would take that into consideration. Like, say if they say this product is working better than the other product, then we'll try and find out, hey, what's wrong with product B? What can we do to better help increase promote in terms of awareness?
And this is why digital agencies are now thriving, because they say, okay, you come to us, we will curate a particular campaign for you, and we'll put it up on Facebook, we'll put it up on Instagram, and you can immediately see translation in terms of eyeballs. They stop short on saying, okay, sales will be this much then. But they do provide that kind of analytics to brands when they come on digital agencies. Is that something you can offer as well for brands?
That part for now,
Tough, right?
yeah, it's a bit tough, but I think it's something that we are working towards, because I think we are aware how important digital is and like what you mentioned. So that's something that we're working on. But for now, we are a very small team, so we might need to look at possibly getting outside help to do that part.
So how small is the team?
For now, for Pursuit, it's just me as the editor and one writer, Akalili. And so she is not, again, one licky all. She's not just a mere writer. When she goes out to meet people, besides interviews, she also takes pictures. She also does videos. So it's all part of us trying to keep our budget costs down. Yeah. For the print edition, this is Pursuit comes complimentary Focus on the last weekend of every month. So what you see is this is the print edition.
Okay. So it's a pullout.
Yes, it's a pullout that comes together with it.
Okay.
So apart from this, we do have an app which is offered free for now.
Yeah.
And you can go to Google Store or Google Play or Apple Store, sorry. And then you can download the app for free. It's Focus Malaysia app. And so what you can see is Focus, which is the business side, the weekly, and Pursuit, which is the monthly. So these are all the past covers that we've had. We've featured from Carmen Su, Marion Counter, Wiron, which is a racer, Sarah Lian, Fazura, Melissa Campbell, Fatah Amin, Amelia Henderson, Westlife. These were 5 influencers we worked with for Merdeka. And our current issue features award-winning Chinese actress Tong Bingyu. So you can see the difference. This is a still image, but for our we call this an e-magazine, which is on the app. It's moving. So yeah, that's what we try to make it different.
Okay, so it's not just her. She's wearing your advertisers as well, right? So jewelry and stuff like that.
Yeah. So the jewelry that she's wearing is from
Sorry, what? The beers.
The beers.
Yeah. Okay. So the beers. Now, for the people who read print, they know that this is the beers. But for online magazine, how do they know it's the beers?
Well, it's credited in our credit box. We mentioned here that who are the sponsors that we work with. So she's wearing Michael Kors and the jewelry is from De Beers. It's really subtle branding. It's not so in your face. Because at the end of the day, it's a personality shoot on Tong Bingyu.
Yeah.
But the fact is, we need to make her look glamorous. So we source for jewelry from De Beers, and the outfit is from Michael Kors. I would say it's sometimes, we would check with the brands and also the personalities as well. For instance,
it falls on your shoulders.
Yes. So each month, like I would sort of brainstorm with my very small team, and we will come up with like ideas for personalities. So this issue was Merdeka. So we got 5 different influencers: Astro Ismail, Mang Wan, the actors, and Sean Lee, who's also an actor. So it's a mix of Malay and Chinese influencers. And I wanted something colorful, so they're wearing a local brand called Tango. It's a Malaysian brand. And it just so happens that we needed eyewear, and eyewear is from IC Berlin. And IC Berlin is an advertiser in this issue. Yeah, so basically, again, with the personality we work with, we would come up with a mood board, a storyboard to tell them, like, hey, this is the mood that we're aiming for. And then being personalities who are used to doing shoots, they would already know that the wardrobe and the accessories are already on standby and prepared for them. So if it's not a conflict of interest to them, then they would definitely be okay to wear it.
So this is issue number 10. This is issue number 11.
Correct.
And you were mentioning that you broke even already.
Yeah, in less than a year.
Less than a year. Was that part of the financial projection of you like breaking even?
Yeah, we hope for the best in a sense.
So there was no, I guess, expectations on you breaking even when you first started out?
Well, when I first started, like I said, it was in August last year, and we launched in November. So I am not a business person per se. I'm an editor at the end of the day, but I tried my best. And when they told me that we managed to break even, that was encouraging news to me. So my management being very forward-thinking leaders, they are exploring, we are going more into digital, and also we are diversifying into events and possibly awards. So that's also an area that we're looking into.
So you're looking at having award shows?
Not awards per se, but it's awards where we reward lifestyle players. So that's, we can only reveal more information, but that's tentatively targeted for the first quarter of next year. I think, like mentioned, it's a really tough and challenging field, but I think us being able to see the bigger picture and us being able to explore, possibly diversifying into other areas, I think it's a very healthy sign for all of us. Well, for me, I think some companies that I've worked with, I mean, like some of the brands, they have commented that the ROIs that they have gained are not so much with like influencers. So yeah, that's the feedback I've gotten. But again, some companies might say differently, so it's a very subjective thing. The people who own Focus are my bosses. I was just brought on to start a lifestyle magazine for them.
But this is something that you...
Yeah, I'm passionate about it because I created it from
birth
scratch. Literally, yes.
Literally, yes.
I'm very proud of the product we have today, Pursuit. But again, it's thanks to my bosses for giving me the creative freedom to basically run with what I have. They were basically, I mean, they just let me have a free reign where the creative aspects are concerned. So I appreciate that. Not many companies will allow that. So yeah.
So in that sense, Focus Malaysia do have a very interesting outlook on how to do things.
Yes. Well, I'm fortunate that our management is very forward thinking in that sense.
Okay, cool. That was my conversation with William Key on this new sub-series of Notepad. It's called Media Monitor. Let me know what you think about this particular show. If you want to learn more about media per se, stick on this particular series because I will feature much more media companies, including that of our own at Astro AWANI, and try to understand the media business even better. Again, if you missed this interview, just head on to astroawani.com, look for Notepad, and I will start a sub-series called Media Monitor. The first series, of course, with William Key. That was my conversation with the editor of Pursuit in Focus Malaysia. If you've missed any part of this interview, just download the Astro AWANI app and watch the interviews there. Until then, thank you very much and goodbye.